Welcome to episode 1 of Building the Lego DeLorean. As you can see here, I've got a box of Lego. And it is the Back to the Future edition. Some unnecessary light glare coming on that thing, but that's okay. This is what I'm going to be building for... Actually, I have no idea how long this is going to take. Probably not one night. It comes with figures, that is true. It's got Doc Brown and Marty McFly. Okay, so first things first, let's get this thing opened up. Probably a more elegant way to open this, but this box so far. Look at this, piles and piles of Lego. I guess the first things first, we'll have to, I don't know what the dog is. I don't think there is a dog. It's really too bad because, what's the dog's name? Einstein. Right. Bag number 1. I was kind of perusing the instruction manual a little bit beforehand just to kind of see sort of what the complexity is. I like this format. I like how they have everything kind of arranged in boxes and stuff. It's the first time I've done something to this level. Looks like wheels and tie wraps. Tie wraps? They look like tie wraps, but they're not tie wraps. They're Lego wires or cables or something. That's okay. I am going to actually sort these by numbers once I get the box out of the way. I kind of wanted to, just get everything opened up. And wow, this is a beefy manual. Oh, it's got some stickers and stuff for it as well. That's pretty cool. Rather than me trying to struggle, I'm going to get my scissors out and do this properly. So I did pre-download the instruction manual, as you can kind of see on the side, so you can follow along with me. Make sure not to lose all this stuff. That's a nice beefy build. Instruction manual. There. Look at that. Even matches the picture. Not bad, huh? Oh, nice forward. All that kind of stuff. And how many pages? We have got... Let's see. I don't think this counts. I feel like that's it. Gee, should I do inventory before I get started? Make sure I have all the bits and pieces. I feel like that could be a bit of a boring stream in that case. Okay, so it looks like just shy of 300 pages. I'm probably not going to do this in one evening. I think this is going to be several evenings. Okay, so I got that open without completely mangling the box. So that's good. So one instruction manual, which I will also put aside. So I've got one right here on my computer. So it's got some movie images and stuff, and it talks a little bit about design elements, and of course the infamous dates and years and stuff. This guy, I don't know who this guy is. He must have, I bet you it's Sven. This must be Sven. There we go. Step number 1. Page number 1. Page number 1 of our journey. So I'm thinking I'm going to put them in order just so I'm not constantly chasing after stuff here. So we'll start with 1, 2. I'm going to turn into a counting stream. I don't know if you can hear my voice over the bags rustling, so apologies for that. I feel like it's a bit of a necessary evil until we kind of get things rolling. Don't worry too much about it. Put those down and out of the way. Oh, there's some extra parts with 4. Oh, interesting. Okay. It was like 2 4 bags. 9, 10, 11, and 11. It's pretty neat. I like the detail in some of the pieces. Okay, so bag number 1. Already lost my scissors. Good. I'm glad the sound's good. I wasn't sure about I was kind of playing around with the audio levels and stuff like that, with the music and stuff beforehand. And so many little bags of stuff. Okay. So step number 1. Let's go to step number 1. So there's our 3 options when we get to bag 11. We've got some choices to make. It's obviously a 3-in-1, so I don't get 3 DeLoreans, unfortunately, but I don't know. I kind of like the original classic, but I also, as a kid, I also really like version 2 as well. But I also appreciate sort of like the 50s version where they had like all the vacuum tubes and stuff like that in lieu of semiconductors and stuff. So when they had to rebuild the computer, the car's computer, the ECU or what? Yeah, that was an ECU, I think. Okay, step 1. I guess we'll start with Doc and Marty. I should bring this around. Okay, good. Make sure my if I ever like get off camera here when I'm building this stuff, just let me know. I'm kind of running out of space to look at some of this stuff on my monitor. I need more monitors. That's really what the answer is. Okay, so there we go. The journey begins. I like how they use like future Doc Brown's fancy costume. I think that's pretty cool with the I'll try to get in close there. That's neat. And 80s Marty, 80s headless Marty. With the oh no, sorry, it's the one where the pockets are inverted. It's the 2015 Marty. My mistake. Okay. So their heads are buried in a couple other bags. It's weird to say that. It'd be neat if there was like a couple versions of their heads and faces and stuff. Oh, it kind of is. Okay. So there's like, on one side, this is going to get a little trippy here, but there's like 2015 Doc Brown, and then there's like surprised Doc Brown. So I'm guessing the Marty one's going to be similar to that. Okay. I don't want to get stuff too mixed up. Okay, we got some random piles of chaos. Okay, so Marty, I think this is Marty. Oops, sorry about that. Oh, I see what I was doing. Yeah, so he's same thing. He's got like 2 faces, well, 2 expressions. You get 2 expressions per character. I kind of hope. Yeah, that's how they do it. Okay. So when you jam on like their mop of a hair, it totally covers up one side or the other. So we'll go with smirking Marty. Smirking Morty. There we go. And should we do cool Doc Brown or like visibly upset Doc Brown? Where we're going, we don't need roads, Doc Brown. Yeah, I'll go with that guy for now. I mean, I guess we can always swap it around. There we go. That's pretty cool. I dig that. Okay, step 1 done. Let's move on to step 2, and this is where we get into it. Okay. So it looks like we grab some of these pieces. So I think this is part of the frame. The chassis. Now there's 2 of these guys. I think this is the right length. This is a 6. Yep. And another one here. We're already up to page 11. Amazing. It means there's like, it's like 8 pages of fret matter. That's pretty cool. Okay, so logically, we just continue rounding out the front of this guy. The stats one, the box does say, I believe that's just shy of, it's over 18, yeah, it's over 1,800 pieces, so it's just shy of 1,900 pieces, which is pretty cool. A lot of bits and pieces. So they start you off slow, right? This is sort of like the easy part. Kind of build the confidence up a little bit. Now we gotta go find a bunch of these little guys. So it looks like it's 8 of these guys. Oh my god. To 6, 7, 8, and then 4 of these blue sprockety things. There's also this thing too, which I think is supposed to kind of like help with the building process. So keep that handy. I don't know if I need it right away. Okay, so there's like, the question is, where does this one go? So it looks like I hold it the same angle as depicted. Does that look? Yeah, I guess that's, I see. Okay, so it looks like it's sticking up by the same amount. It's good. All right, so far so good. I mean, if I can figure this out, anybody can figure this out. Okay. So making sure I got those in the right spot. So it's like in this middle, I don't know what we call this little bar thing. And that's like 1 over from the side. So that looks to be okay. Now for these guys here, it seems like they strictly go on the inside. They're not when I jam them in here, they're not long enough to go through. There's 2. This thing's still kind of flimsy. I remember when I was a kid, I used to like, me and my buddies would make Legos and like try to make them in such a way that like when we smash them against walls, they would like break into dozens and dozens of pieces, like really devastating car crashes and stuff like that. I'm sure my parents love that. All the racket. I mean, really, it's their fault. They were always after us to get off the Nintendo. Okay. Step 6. It doesn't look like a DeLorean yet. I guess we'll have to have faith. Okay. So now, I guess now we're going to start to get a bit more stability here in the design. Oh my goodness. Is there a way this goes? No, it's just, it's not keyed. This is kind of tricky. I'm losing it. I'm losing it. Okay. I know, I know. Step 7 is what's the whole thing just has fallen apart here. Okay, it's all right. It's all right. We can recover. It'll be fine. Oh man, I'm just barely hanging on to this thing. I mean, worst case scenario, I just sell it on Kijiji. Say to hell with it. I mean, I suppose I should probably give it a bit more of a shot here first, though. It's actually really tricky to line up all these little pegs. Okay, that one went at $25. I'm not going to say sold yet. I'm not giving up yet. I think we got time. Okay. So that's not so bad. So now we got to find, is it these pieces? No, it's the little flat pieces. Oh no, it's, wait a second. Yeah, these guys. These are the guys. So there's 4 of these guys. I've only got 3. Why do I only have 3? Maybe I should have counted them before I got going. Yeah, here it is. It's just hiding. Okay, so that little swirly thing means to flip it around, I guess. Because otherwise this doesn't fit. Okay. What's that? Now we flip it around again. It's a slightly different piece. It looks, yeah, these are these gray ones here. So it looks like these fit into the blue. Are they dowels? I guess they're dowels. You kind of need like working for Lego and like figuring out what their technical terms are for all these specialized pieces. Okay. All right. We can move on from step 7. We never have to talk about that one again. Ooh, okay, now we're getting into colorful pieces. So we're going to need 2 of these red finny thins and 2 of the white ones. Let's put that right here for now. What else do we need? Okay, just 1 of these, and it's a red one like this, but it's longer, so I think that's the right one. It's 1, 2, yeah, it's 6 and 6, okay. And then what's the gray ones? Okay. 2 of these gray ones and 2 of these gray L shapes. Okay. So now we got to really pay attention here. So it looks like this one goes on like so. Here, I'll just clear a little bit of space here. And then that guy. So we just repeat it for this side. Okay, there's the gray pieces. Just make sure they're nice and sandwiched in there. And now, looks like it's white in the front and red in the back. I don't know if that's the front or back. I guess it probably doesn't matter, but there is a way to tell. So let's fit this guy on here. There's that. We'll do the same thing in the back. Or at least the other side. I assume it's the back. Okay, step 10. So let's move on to step 11. Okay, so we've got 4 of these yellow L shapes. If they're L shapes or chevrons, I guess it depends on how you orient them. Not really L because it's, well, it's kind of an L. I don't get too bogged down in the minutia of this. And then it's got 4 of these little brown fellers. Okay. So looks like the yellow pieces fit on either side of these gray pieces. That's cool. It's keyed, so I can't, I try to mess it up, but it won't actually let you. So if you try to like put it on the wrong way, it doesn't fit. It's good. I like that. Okay. Oh, step 12. Okay. Now it's starting to get a little in depth. Let's see if I can get a little, I have to find my pieces first here. So now we're using these 6x2s. So 2 of those. 2 of these white buttons. 2 of these 2x2s. And looks like it's got these beige, I don't know what these are called. I don't know what to call those ones. And then need 2 of these fellas. And then 2 more of those brown guys. 2, 2, 2, and 2. Now, we also need these. Two of those and 2 of these 2x1s. Finally, 2 of these little black buttons. Okay. So now I'm going to make this thing in the white twice. So maybe I'll do this at the same time, kind of get a little bit of a assembly line going. So attach that guy onto here. Do the same thing here. One of the things I was actually thinking about doing was, because I'm a little bit, I can't see the camera with the, yeah, that's okay. That's all right. What I should do is I should actually get like a masking tape or something just to like tape off sort of where my edge of my camera is, so I always sort of know where it is. But so far so good. I can also get one of those Claudette's got them, like those cutting board mats that have all the lines and stuff. Okay, where was I? Oh yes. So it looks like you have a gray piece and a brown piece. Nope. Like that. And it wants one of these little white button things up here. Like so. Then we add step 4. So I said I was going to do this assembly style, and I've already not done that. Guess it's not really about efficiency. Okay, there's that. Okay, and finally, it's got a little hat on them. So now that I've built these contraptions, the next question is, where do they go? So it looks like one goes on here. Like that. The other one goes on here, and it all fits nice and snug here together. So that's good. Okay. Step 12. Okay, step 13 is, I guess, the opposite 2 corners. So just count all this stuff out again. 2 of these. Those. Here. Those. It's a bit like putting together a puzzle that you have instructions for. I guess it's nothing like a puzzle in that regard then. Forget I said anything at all. Okay, so seems like a slightly different order. So try to keep everything oriented the same way that it is on the screen. So step 1. Step 2, now step 3. Gotta make sure I get this right. That looks okay. Yep. This guy up a bit. Okay. Step 4. And we put this guy together with his little hat on him. Make sure that's nice and aligned. It looks okay. Actually, yeah. All right. So we just jam this onto the opposite sides. It doesn't look like too much yet, but just making sure all these things are in the right orientation here. So this little one button thing here, this is where it needs to be. Yeah, I think we're okay. Okay, so now you can add these curvy bits. Are they the same curve? Yeah, they look like it. They look like it when you put it like this. But like if you try to do this, it looks strange. Like that doesn't look like it's the same. Well, maybe it's okay. Clearly I'm thinking too hard about it. So yeah, it looks about right. Yeah, instructions on, yeah, that's, it's funny, right? When I was a kid, I used to get Lego sets and like we would sort of follow the instructions, but you didn't have to follow them that closely. But like they were, I mean, they might have been, I don't know, 100 pieces at the very most. They were just little tiny sets. Still fun though. Yeah, if I had to do this from like just the picture on the box, I mean, look at this. Where does this thing go? Where does this thing go? I mean, it has to go somewhere. There's no way. There's absolutely no way I would ever. It would not look like the DeLorean on the box. Oh, there's little tidbits here. I had no idea. Okay, so I don't know if you can read it. It's probably a little small there to read. But what it says here, it says 3 vehicles were purchased for the first movie. They were known as the A, B, and C cars. That's cool. Did I miss other ones? I haven't really been paying that close attention. To like, okay, no, that seems like the first one. That's neat. I like that. It's a nice touch. Ah, look at that. We were just talking about these crazy pieces. Oh, yeah. There we go. So now we're getting into like these guys, but I don't know if this is the right one. I guess that's why they separate out these things into like smaller boxes. Now it does say this little instruction here that says 1-to-1. So if I grab the actual book, which of course I've got. Okay, I'll just skip ahead to page 18 here. Yeah, so that's kind of handy. So like you can, where'd it go? So you can open that up and you can kind of see, yes, I got the right pieces. I like that. Maybe I won't go through, I'll keep this thing kind of handy. Put them too far away. I had no idea you could measure them in the book. That's cool. Like this is the first style of like Legos that I've ever done. Like the 18 plus, the super complicated with gears and stuff. So I've never done anything like this before. Okay, so I need two of these guys. And there's some red bits, but I don't know if those are the right red bits. They don't look like the right red bit. Maybe it's this guy right here. Okay, so it's one of these. And then we got two of these gray dowels. And then two, I think it's these fellas right here. So, step one, we'll just attach these. And then it says to put this guy into that guy. It'd be too blocky. 18 plus, like adults only Lego. Also, I don't think I'd be able to stream it. I think that'd be against like Twitch rules. I mean, I'd probably get away with it once. I'd probably have to do I'd have to do a Vimeo stream. You can put anything on Vimeo. Now, I can blur the bits. Now, here's the question. It seems like, yeah, this looks about right. So that's fine. I'm trying to figure out what that like white part is. Is it just explaining to me how to put... I guess it is, yeah. It's just clarifying how this piece goes together. Okay, so this fits onto here. No, that's not right. It goes on like this. So like here's the difference. I mean, you can probably see it, but like if I went this way, the back falls off. We don't want the back to fall off. Okay, there we go. I gotta circle back to this like 19 plus adults only Lego. I mean, like, would it be like how graphic would it be? Like, it would just be like, I mean, it's European, so like maybe it's like nude beach or something like that. But then it would only be like 19 plus in like North America. Kids were kind of funny that way. Okay, so step 16. It looks like I'm kind of doing the same thing, except with the front side. Okay, so this is good. So two of these guys. And then two more of these dowels. And some of these little dowel sleeves. I'm going to call them dowel sleeves. So looks like we kind of do, whoops, do this thing again. Okay, that looks about right. LAR. Right, jam this onto the front. I still don't really know if one end is the front and one end isn't the front. I mean, one end has to be the front, but the only difference so far is like the red and the white. So like, I'm assuming this is like the back because of like brake lights, but that's entirely arbitrary on my part. Okay, so a couple more of these girder pieces, and it looks like they're the long ones. So let's make sure. Well, it might not be. Yeah, see, these guys are too short, so it's not those ones. It has to be these ones. So 2 of those, 2 of these. And we need more of those. Okay, they're the black dowels. Okay. How many? 6. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now here's, I want to make sure I get this right. So it looks like you go 2 open and then you put 1 in and you skip 1. And then the same thing on this side. That seems to be okay. Do the same thing for this guy. There, easy peasy. Now, so it looks like the dowel portions stick out like that, and I think this goes on to this front piece right here. And I say that because I can kind of see the 2 red pieces there, and I see the 2 red pieces there. So I think I'm okay. And same thing on this side. There. Totally looks like a DeLorean. I imagine that's maybe what the undercarriage of a DeLorean looks like, you know. Very plasticky. Okay, so 18 and 19. Wow, we're really starting to get into it there. Okay, so I need one of these guys here. And 2 of these guys. So it looks like they're just going to go on these little dowel things. Oh, okay. Yeah, I see how it goes. Okay, so on the red side, looks like this piece goes on here. Sure, that's all. Yeah. Do the same thing on this side. And then for some reason, this guy right here. I'm sure it'll become clear in a bit. And then repeat for this side. Geez, you know what I should do? I should get a beer. I feel like, what could possibly go wrong? Yeah. I mean, I have a beer. I got a lot of beer. I don't have any beer right now. I'm getting a little thirsty. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get a beer. Whiskey. I do enjoy whiskey. Unfortunately, I've got to work tomorrow. I've got too many meetings. Too many meetings to have a whiskey day off. So this is kind of neat. Got this from our friend, and it's like, maybe I'll just put it here. This is the bigger camera. It's like Mario Kart. It's not explicitly Mario Kart because, you know, that would be illegal, but it's very obviously Mario Kart. Isn't that cool? It's got, you know, little 8-bit stars, and it's pretty cool. I like it. And it's only 3.9%. It's hardly beer at all. That's good. It's a Pilsner. It must be a Pilsner. It isn't. It just says light beer. It's got a very Pilsner taste. It doesn't. Yeah, it's not an IPA. That's for sure. But it's got like a 25 on the IBUs, so like it's not water either. Okay. Step 19. So now we're going to start putting in the floorboards. There we go. 4 of those guys. 2 of these. And these are kind of weird little Lego things. How many do we need? 4? They don't have like a top piece. You can't attach a Lego to the top at all. Oh boy. So I need 4 of them. There we go. I've got 4 of them. So when I bought this set, it came with a complimentary. What is it? It's like a little Easter set, and it was like a tiny little, like maybe 120 pieces or something like that. And it was like an Easter egg and 2 little chicks, like chicken chicks, and it had like all these extra pieces in it. I'm like, what am I supposed to be using these for? And maybe that's just like normal. Okay, let's get some floorboards on. Geez, I've already got a cat hair on this thing. There we go. This is like wider than I'm expecting it to be, but I guess it kind of makes sense. Be honest, I have no idea what to expect out of this. Okay. And these 4 little nubs right on top of the exposed yellow bits. Okay. That looks about right. Flip it around so I'm at the same orientation. But yeah, that's not so bad. Looks good. Okay, I have no idea what these pieces are for. Maybe it's suspension or something. It definitely uses these longer rods. So this is kind of neat because this is keyed a certain way. So on this side, it's like flattened, so you can only put stuff on one direction. Okay, so 3 of these blocks. I need 1 of those black sleeves. I guess it's a sleeve of some kind. one blue dowel, one red. It looks like I guess this is like a Y or something, or a T, like a T joint. One gray. One of those for now, but I think I'll probably end up doing this twice. Okay, so let's start with this guy. One of these, put the sleeve on. I guess maybe it's a spacer. Yeah, that's probably a better word for it. Now, so this guy goes in here. Attach this guy. So that'll slide the whole way, but it looks like it just wants it flush like that. Yeah, that seems like that's it. Cool. So now sandwich this guy in. And there's my little, did I lose one? Or did I not pick it out? I thought I did. Did I mess this up? No, I don't think I messed this up. Okay, there's that. It looks like there's our block. It's strange though, I haven't used this piece yet. Why haven't I used this piece? Maybe it's on the next step. Ah, that's why. So you push this through. And then this guy attaches. Like so. Okay, mystery solved. And now this has to fit onto here somehow. I guess like that. Okay. Seems to be about right. I guess we'll probably repeat. There's 3 of these guys. Those. This guy. That guy. And this guy. I think that's all of our, yeah. Let's see how much of this I can remember from the last time. I'm not, you know what? I'm not, memory is fallible. I'm not going to try to remember anything. That's just not going to end well. So I'm just going to follow the instructions. That way I end up with a DeLorean at the end. Okay. This guy supports that. Fits onto here. Skip ahead. I guess the difference is that there's no second guessing. I already kind of knew what we were aiming at here when I started. Okay. And as luck would have imagined, oh, see now this is the piece that I just added on, but you can see there's no way for me to get this thing on without pushing this all the way through, and you can kind of see that was depicted. That wasn't clear to me here. I guess that's what that arrow means. See, I thought it was pointing out like the flat piece has to go on there, but no, it wants me to push it in. There we go. Okay. Then I'll do the same thing on this side. There we go. Satisfying. I guess this is going to be used for something. Animate this somehow. See, this is already much more complex than anything I had as a kid. Okay, another little Back to the Future tidbit. In early drafts, the time machine was built out of a refrigerator, but in pre-production, the director Robert Zemeckis came up with the idea of to change it into a car. It would have been a very different movie if they had been using a refrigerator to go backwards and forwards in time, I think. Okay. So now we're going to use these little trailer hitches. All four of them. Well, that's the thing. You'd have to put it on something like, I mean, maybe the 88 miles per hour thing wasn't a thing with the fridge. It would have been such a weird movie. Old Biff would have been like stealing the refrigerator. No, it just wouldn't have worked. I mean, I think Bob made a good call on that one. I wonder if he likes being called Bob. I guess we'll. I mean, I'll probably never know. I doubt he'll ever see this to answer that question. So, 88 degrees, yeah, or 88 below. Like it was that temperature thing. You had to get it to like minus 88. So like, I kind of explained. So like, when the DeLorean like goes through back in time, remember how it was like super cold? Maybe that was part of the script or whatever. You know, that was like the let that they gave the writer who came up with the fridge idea. It's like, listen, we're not going to do the fridge thing, but we'll do the cold thing because we can explain it because it's science fiction. The nice thing about it, I guess, is you would have always had food available. You could have packed a lunch when you went through time. Okay. This is interesting. Okay, so I'm making a bar of some kind. So it looks like I got to flip this guy around. And okay, so 1, 2, 3, 5. 2 of those. And 2 of those big things. So those in here. I kind of see how it goes. Yeah, this is pretty straightforward. There, not bad. Now we attach it on these red spigots. That was a satisfying clunk. I'm not sure what this is supposed to be yet. It's clearly not supposed to move around though, because this thing's going to stop it. Ah. Oh boy. So now this is the cat's building. Gotta be careful. These things get a very curious feline come around. Okay, so with these guys like that, I guess it stops it from rotating too much. Maybe it's like a hidden... I don't know. I can't even begin to imagine. No idea. Okay, now we're getting into our gears. So let's flip this guy back over. Looks like it just is simply a matter of one on either side. Little stopper here. I don't know if that's enough to like keep this thing from sliding off. I mean, I guess it must be. And then step number 26. I wonder if it's, yeah, I wonder if it's a, like, tilt the wheels up or something. I'm totally just imagining what this contraption's doing. What are they getting at? And now this is... So it looks like it goes into right here. Yeah, that just locks right in. Same thing on that side. There we are. It's definitely the windshield wipers. That's what this... It's definitely what this thing is going to be working towards here. Has to be. Holy smokes. We're now into bag number 2. What time is it? 9 o'clock. Okay. And this is all that's left from bag number 1. That's my spare parts. I'm going to put it into this little baggie right here, and we'll see how many we get at the end of the project. What are your thoughts on the music? Music's okay. It's the Twitch soundtrack. It's basically like stream safe stuff you can play without worrying about like DCMA stuff. And this is like the lo-fi hip-hop channel. And it's mostly just elevator music, I guess. Well, I say we read. You can't hear any music at all. Okay, that's interesting. Like nothing's coming across. Is it just because I have the music too low? No, you should be able to hear that. Oh, okay. I'll have to dig into that one a little bit more. Test that one out. There's definitely supposed to be music. Maybe I'm not putting it out on the right channel. I wonder if I could change that quickly. Nah, probably not while I'm... Yeah, not while I'm streaming. Well, it's supposed to be chill music. Let's see if I'll work on that for the next. Okay. Bag number 2. Well, if nobody can hear the music, there's not much point in me listening to the music. Although it's kind of like listening to music. Nah, I'm going to leave them on. I'm listening to music. It's very selfish of me. Okay, so this, I don't think bag 2 is going to take me very long to get through. I mean, I say that, but I mean, these are some pretty unique little pieces. So let's spread that around a little bit. Open up this guy. It's a surprising amount of... Yeah, you're legitimately not missing anything with the music. It is quite literally just elevator music. Although I did spend all weekend animating my overlays and stuff. I'm pretty proud of that. Took a while to figure out how to do all that kind of stuff. Okay. So we need this guy and this guy. Right to the end. It's funny, with this type of stream, I find this a lot easier to... Like, it's a lot easier to, like, follow along with the chat, because I'm not, like, focusing over here, like, with a game. So this definitely makes, like, interaction a lot easier. And it's, you know, like... if I need to pay attention to the chat, I just put the thing down and look at the chat. You know, I never bothered to look to see how many... Let's see what I want to hang on to. To see how many, like, steps there are. I saw how many pages we have to go through. Let's see. It looks like 440. That's a lot of steps. Yeah, we'll be at the spread 28. Not 440. I know. I guess I didn't even think about that. I guess it is a spoiler. Well, that's okay. It's you know, at the end of the day, it's about the journey and not the destination. I mean, we know it's going to be DeLorean, so I mean, that's the ultimate spoiler. I mean, I know what this is going to be. These guys here. There. Okay. Back to the task at hand. These guys. Yeah, it's funny. I just pulled a hair out of here. I think it was probably my hair, but what if it wasn't my hair? What if that was like a Lego person's hair? like not like a not like a Lego person's hair, but like somebody who makes Legos. Is that weird? That's a bit weird, right? I mean, I suppose it's going to happen. Yeah, yeah. Just like the fly in the soup. uh, oh no, one of my lights came off. I have a little tiny battery powered light that was like shining down overhead. I don't think it's too bad, but yeah. It's dead. I won't worry about it for now. I could actually turn those up just a touch. Okay. Some wind line. There we go. Da. Let's see, where's my instructions? There. Okay, so there's that. It's funny. Why didn't... So 1, 2. Oh, there's this piece here. Yeah, okay. I forgot to fish this one out. Like, there's a fourth step, but I didn't recall having to put a fourth step in. See, I would have never had the foresight to actually like. So this piece, it's got this little gap right here. I mean, this is why I'm not a Lego designer, I suppose. I'm willing to bet all this stuff is done in like AutoCAD or something. But like it just fits perfectly, right in like that. That's cool. I think that's neat. See now, these things. I feel like these things were like part of the castle set from the 80s. Like this is like the very top of an archway. That's what this reminds me of. Okay, so that goes on like there. And this one here, it seems to line up with that. Looks about right. Charge my poor phone. It's in pretty rough shape here. Now we're back to the undercarriage. I think it's a pretty safe assumption that this is the undercarriage. I'm going to pretend it's the undercarriage until I discover otherwise. Okay, so we need some pieces from here. I think. Or maybe they're over here. No, I think they're in the side here. So we need 2 of these little guys. And apparently there's some flat ones in here. Okay, here's one. I just need one more. And then 8 of these. I don't even know what to call them. Wish I knew what the technical names. Because it's not quite like a standard height. It's like a 3/4 height, or well, 2/3 height. There's 8 of those. Okay, it's like all of them. go. Okay, every single one. And these guys. 4 of these guys. There 4. And then over in my other pile of bricks, 2 of these guys. Okay, what does this thing want me to build? So it wants, just working this first little white box. So it needs 2 of these guys. Yeah, doesn't it fit perfectly? I'm going to do them both now at the same time, rather than repeating. Oops. Okay, and then this little grabber piece. And it's pointed up. And this flat piece. Okay. These guys are going to go on. Let's see if I can get this right. It looks like they go on right here. The same thing on this side. It's kind of it's a little bit color coded to me, which is actually kind of useful. That's pretty handy. Okay, let's build up the other side. So, oh, I forgot to pick out a couple pieces. What did I forget to pick out? These little guys. From step 3. Like little spacers or something. Oh, I think they're going to be for like a hinge or something. Oops. That fits on nicely. Like that. It's a little bit flimsy, so I don't know if that'll be reoriented later on. Thinking here, this goes in like so. Very clearly, there's going to be some sort of rod that extends from here to here. Okay. There's 30. So we're getting to some like really fine little details here. Okay. Let's see if I can find the right ones. Okay, there's one here. So these are so different from like the blocks I had as kids. Because obviously they wouldn't have like these little pieces on the side. Now, got a cat status update. The black cat is taking over my side of the bed. Late breaking news. So these are kind of neat looking contraptions. Who knows what they're going to be used for? But they go on right in between these little strut things. Okay. That wasn't so hard. So now we're looking for 8 of these little triangle pieces. Maybe one more. Here we are. There we go. Not to be confused with these triangle pieces, which have little holes in them. These ones are solid, and then I think, yeah, it's the ones that go along with it. Should do one more? Yeah, one more. Here it is, right in front of me. So it looks like these two guys are connected here and here. And these guys, make sure I get this right. Looks like they connect up like that. Make sure they're pointed in the right direction, which they are. They got to slope away. There. Same thing on this side. Uh-oh. It's so easy to get these put on the wrong way. I almost did it. Okay. That's not on properly. Here we go. There we go. That's better. Okay, so when we look at it like this, these are at the right. Yep. Okay. They're sloped the right way. What the heck is this thing? I guess it's this. And I know it's like I don't even know how, like I'm sure at some point this is going to make sense. It's like, well, obviously you had to use these weird little this little weird button piece right there because you know it makes all kinds of sense. But it's like, yeah, there's no part of this that resembles a car. I mean, this could be a refrigerator. I think we might still be building a refrigerator at this point. It was a big troll. Sven is trolling us. Okay. Those two weird random pieces. Yeah, that's right. The stickers are making a DeLorean. You put the DeLorean stickers on the fridge. good to go. Okay. Get the right orientation again. So now we're into these little fellas. Little blue guys. Is that blue? Yeah, blue. It's like a seafoam blue. And these little guys. Four of these guys. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. So now, okay, it looks like, yeah, it goes in like this. Kind of this little platform here. I'm kind of deviating from the instructions a little tiny bit, which, yeah, I don't think it's gonna harm anything, and it's really minor. I just put these, so it wants me to put blue things on first. I'm going to put them on second. So I think it makes a little bit more sense if I do it this way. As you can kind of see how little slopes there, and it's easy to see how it all kind of fits together. I don't think there's I know it is a slippery slope, and this is how we get a fridge, but you know I think it'll be okay. I think this is well within acceptable parameters of improvisation. Okay. Step 34. Done. So now into these guys. Yeah, should be one more. Here we go. Ah. Oh my goodness. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. I mean, I guess I could get like an under desk camera for like when these things fall, but I guess that's probably something we'd want to save for the 19 plus Lego. The 19 plus Lego ones. Oh, I could do it on OnlyFans. That'd be fun. Stream it on there. Lewd Legos. That's what I would call it. Lewd Legos. The lewd Lego stream. This thing just kind of does itself. I like it. I totally like it. Okay. I'm not gonna. I thought I legitimately did think about like deviating from the plan a little bit, but I'm not gonna do it. I think this goes on like this, but it's no, that can't be right. Oh no! Almost messed this one up. Okay. So it goes on like this, and like that. And what's interesting is that there's nothing really, the only thing that's making like positive connection is the little piece right here. This is just kind of floating flat on a flat bed. I kind of have to ask myself, like, how do they get to this point, you know, like where they can actually like do people actually like build these things out? Like I'd love to see the process, like the actual design process for a complex piece of Lego like this. Okay. So there we go. Oh, step 36 of the fridge is rid of these gray bits and these little bumpers. 2 and 4. Can they go on the inside? So it looks like it straddles like the halfway. These two black ones that I just put on. This only goes one way. Okay. There we go. Yep. I imagine if you like, I bet you. So yeah, you'd like it's one of those things where obviously like there's a trade-off between like using something you have a lot of. So like you see this in electronics a lot of the time where like you'd be looking at a circuit and you would sit there and go, why does this particular oscillator use a 12.875 megahertz crystal? For what specific purpose? Why would they design that? And the answer is it's because it's what they had a lot of, and because they had a lot of them, they were cheap. So you're absolutely right. They would totally get I don't know, maybe not a bonus, but I'm sure it's expected that you would want to like minimize the cost by reusing a lot of pieces you already are hammering out in a factory somewhere. Also, you want to make sure like double checking my work here as well. Like I wouldn't want to like put this guy on this way at this point because I feel like if I were to do that, I'd be like, I don't know, bag 8 or something, and like it just wouldn't work, and I'd have to like deconstruct it to a certain point, and that would be so frustrating. I mean, maybe it wouldn't do that, but that's a risk I'm willing to take at this point. So anyway, according to the picture here, they're all like the flat side is facing in, which they all are. Okay. Two of these red guys. 2 little buttons. And okay, so now we're into our weird little grates here. It seems like a neat design element, so I'm willing to bet that this actually, you can actually see these on the finished design. Okay, so there's 2 of these weird guys, which I'm guessing is what these guys fit into. And then 2 of the black ones. So what's interesting about these diagrams is it's almost a little hard to distinguish between the black and the gray. Like right here, they're side by side, so it's pretty clear. Like this one's obviously blacker than this one, but like when I look over here with a gray background and like this is a gray and this is like it's not black, but it's like anyway. Hey Maya, how's it going? Welcome to the party. Welcome to the build party. Yeah, black and the grays. It's really crazy. So it doesn't look like it here, Maya. This thing doesn't look like much at this point. But this is where we're going with it. It's gonna be this guy. We are building a DeLorean. Step 1 was to build these little figurines. Marty McFly and Doc Brown. Okay, let's see here. Step 37. Let's see if we can get into this. Okay, so step 1. Oh, weird. We're going to start with these guys. Let's see that I was already not expecting this. Okay, so this is on like that. This I can definitely see, like, this is where this is where they're going to catch you. These weird little like orientation things. Okay, so it still looks like the picture. That's good. Let's keep on going then. Okay, there's sub-step 2. Done. Yeah, it's kind of a neat kit because as you're going through the instructions, it actually has like little movie trivia bits and pieces. Like the last one we discovered was oh no, like that. There we go. They're originally going to use a refrigerator, as like the time machine. I had no idea. And then like the director Robert Zemeckis said, "No, we're going to make it a car." So the running joke up to this point has kind of been like, I'm building a car. Sorry, a fridge. I'm building a fridge. This will be a fridge. The Lego people are running a long con. Okay. So the grays and the blacks are in the right order. Now we gotta jam them onto the time machine. So it looks like it goes in right here. What if the tire wells are like here? Yeah, I bet you that's what it is. I bet you the tires go in here. Like one here and one here. Okay. Enough of that wild speculation. We don't want to count our chickens before they're hatched. Okay, and it looks like we're gonna do the same thing, but sort of in reverse for the other side. So let's gather some pieces. Two of those, 2 of these. Black and gray again. And what else am I missing? 2 of those guys and 2 of these guys. Okay. So I did it successfully once. Should be able to do it successfully again. Okay, make sure those are facing the right way, and they are. Oh, I forgot my little white buttons here. There we go. It always goes a little faster the second time. And then this guy wraps around. Now, it's gray on the outside and black on the inside. Just another hair. I don't know if you can see it. I think that's a cat hair. Yeah, that's a cat hair. That's not a factory hair. Oh my goodness. I have no idea. Oh, here it is. It landed in my chair. It's sort of halfway down the cushion. Oh, okay, I got it. Totally fine. Everything's under control. Power is absolute. There's no reason to panic. All right, let's put this on the refrigerator. I think we're good. Okay. All right, now we're into step 39. And it wants these guys, so 4 of these guys. Yeah, so far we're into bag number 2 of 11. Yes, 11. And I think I've been streaming for almost 2 hours. So this is going to be a few days. We'll be at this for a few nights, I think. Okay, 4 of those. 2, 3, 4. Now it says it wants to connect these guys like that. Should have nice and square. So I'll just go ahead and do that. I lived in Denmark when I was a kid. When I was like 6 and 7 years old. And one of the things that Denmark has is a Legoland, and I was really disappointed I never got a chance to go as a kid because I loved playing with Legos as a kid. And it was loads of fun. It's weird because it's like Legoland itself, it's not really close to Copenhagen, which is where we were living. So it was always kind of like, yeah, like maybe we'll do it someday, but we moved back to Canada before we had a chance to. But I don't think I would rule out going to Legoland as an adult. I mean, you know what, I say that, but like I'd probably research it out a little bit because like I know like adults will go to like Disneyland, for example, without kids, but I don't know. I kind of feel like like if you're not going without kids, it's kind of weird. Maybe it's just that's my own weird hang up about it, but I'll have to figure that one out before the opportunity to go to Legoland comes up. Okay, so we got some of these wing things here. So it looks like it attaches onto the piece that I just added. So that's good. And it attaches on so that the angle is kind of facing up. So that's straightforward as well. Okay. So we're putting on a few more of these flashy pieces. I would even go so far as to call it flashing. These are the sides of the refrigerator. Where the ice tray maker goes, the ice cube maker. And looks like this, it's the same sort of thing. So like the angle, yeah, the right angle is right here. And then the hypotenuse is facing up. Oops. Okay. But I moved a piece. It seems pretty rugged. Say that I just broke a piece off. There we go. Totally fine. No problems at all. It looks like nothing. Although we're getting down to the small bits here. I think we're almost done this bag. Bag 2 is almost in the bag. Okay. So these guys, okay, let's see here. It looks like, how does this work? So it looks like this and this piece work together. And this piece and this piece kind of do that. I think that's what it is. And it goes on right like this. Yeah, okay. There we go. I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm willing to bet that's probably, yeah, the same thing on this side. Almost. Actually, no, it's not the same thing. I was expecting the same thing, but it's slightly different. Okay, so these two guys, this blue piece and this black piece. Two of the black pieces. Okay, so red pieces go right here behind the gears, like that. And this blue piece lines up. There, okay. Now we're into the oh, and there's a little tidbit. Let's see here. So it's talking about the cars again. So car A was the most detailed of the vehicles and was used for the close shots. The B car had less detail and was used for the driving shots. So earlier they were talking about they used 3 cars during production. So the A car, the B car, and the C car. Well, they just talk about the A and B car. So I guess like maybe the C car was just like the shell of a DeLorean. Maybe it'll be revealed further in the instruction manual. And I'm willing to bet that this is the end of bag number 2 because I only have these 2 little pieces left. I think they're spares. Ah. Yep, bag 3. I think that this is actually probably a good place to call it for this evening because I'm getting sleepy and it's 10 o'clock. And I'm going to continue drinking my Mario Kart, but not licensed Mario Kart beer. Kart racing. It's good. I like it. I have to get some more. I think it's Quebecois. Yeah, it's from Montreal. Does it say? Hochelag. Brasserie et Distillerie Hochelag in Montreal. Very good beer. I like it. So yeah, so far so good. I think it's coming along well. Again, it doesn't look anything at all like a car, but it's got these cool little gear things that I can control with this red bar. I don't know what it's going to control, but it's going to control something. Obviously, the fridge door. That must be what it is. Okay, that's it for me tonight. I'm gonna try to do. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna pick up on bag number 3 starting tomorrow at about the same time, right about 8 o'clock Eastern. And I'm just gonna keep doing this until we get something that resembles a DeLorean. At the out of time. So that's it for me. There was I think, so I've never seen a DeLorean in real life, but I've seen like a couple. Was it like The Wedding Singer? I think had one. That movie from like the late that rom com from the late '90s with Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore. Do you remember that one? So it had a DeLorean in it for like 2 seconds, and then maybe like the regular car review guys, they might have done a DeLorean once as well. But yeah, like I don't know, they're mythical. It's only on TV. It's only when I watch Back to the Future that I ever see the DeLorean. Okay, so anyway, that's it for me. I'm gonna call it a night. I will be back on tomorrow night. And oh, that's good to know. The Ottawa Classic Car has one. Okay. I had no idea. I gotta start going to those. I feel like I've been to like maybe not that specific one, but ones like it. Or at least like little community car shows where like people bring their classic cars. But I've definitely not seen a DeLorean. Okay, that's it. I said it way too many times, but that is it for me. I am gonna call it a night. I'll see you back here tomorrow at 8 p.m. And yeah, we'll pick up on bag number 3 and see how much further we got some yellow pieces. So I'm gonna be looking forward to that all day.